Hey guys, so I want to make a new video going over how you can completely min-max the Necropolis Lantern in the new relaunch league. So I've been doing this myself. I have min-maxed Lantern quite a bit and I've made a lot of currency from it. So I want to share all the information I know and everything you need to know to get the most out of the Necropolis Lantern. So of course I did make this little text document here, the min-max Necropolis Lantern guide. So let's go over everything, the basics, min-max stuff, all that. The first things first. Map tier matters. So every single map, despite it being the same map, if it's a different tier, it has different Necropolis Lantern mods. So a tier 3 bog map and a tier 10 and a tier 16 all have different Necropolis Lantern mods. That's the first thing. Replace in monsters, areas contain X. So this will also change your Lantern mods, and you might be wondering, okay, what is this? So on your maps, you can get different modifiers that essentially change the natural monsters in your map. And since you're changing the natural monster base type, it also changes the Necropolis Lantern mods. So in my Discord, I do have this list right here of different monster types that change the mods. So if you want to check it out, feel free to check out the Discord or just look at this. Essentially, if you roll any of these modifiers, it will change what is on your Necropolis Lantern. This is why if someone says there's, chaos in tier 10 bog map, but your map has skeletons, it won't actually have chaos on it, because it now rolls a different set of modifiers on the Necropolis Lantern. Do be informed about this. It's very, very important. I always get a lot of questions like, hey, why doesn't my map have, chaos? Why does my map have divines? It's because of this right here. It's also the other way around too. A lot of the good maps, specifically a lot of the divine hours, have been when we had to roll specifically these modifiers. So yeah, next is how to snapshot. So how you snapshot is quite easy, and it's a little bit of a min-max thing. But all you have to do is activate a map before the hour ends. You don't have to open it. So Necropolis Lantern, essentially how it works, it resets every hour on the hour. So right now it's 9:38 p.m. for me. So at 10 p.m. it resets every single map, every single zone, completely resets to new random modifiers. But as long as you put a map in and hit activate before the hour ends, this snapshots. So even if it goes to the next hour now, like I can AFK for 5 hours, come back, log off at anything, right? And I come back here, this will stay. So the reason why this is important, the reason why this is good to do, is that when you have a good hour, you can put in one extra map, hit activate, don't hit enter, and it will snapshot the mods for that hour for one more map. It's just a way to get a little bit more out of your really, really juicy hours, especially the divine hours. So chaos monster, tumbling wealth, this is a very common question I get. People always say, like, wait, I don't have chaos on my map. How do you jump so much chaos? It's from a chaos monster called the Tumbling Wealth. I'll show a picture right here. So it's this icon right here. It's not the modifier itself. So the modifier chance to drop chaos orb is actually kind of irrelevant. It's kind of useless. It's not that important at all. It's the monster type right here. It's called Tumbling Wealth, and it looks like a chaos head. This drops all the chaos. This is how you get 100 to 200 chaos a map. So when looking for, a ways to farm chaos, you want this head. You don't care for the chance to drop additional chaos orbs. It's completely irrelevant. You just want tumbling wealth. That drops all the chaos. So yeah. Atlas tree. So I'll go over my Atlas tree real quick. I have a min-max Atlas tree. I'll have this link down below, of course. But essentially in the Atlas tree, you're going to want to maximize pack size, natural monster spawns, spawn, modifier effect, all that. So here's my Atlas tree. I'll just quickly go over it real quick. So essentially we are, doing shrines, we're doing ritual, we're doing map sustain, we're doing boxes, just to get the max amount of natural monster spawns that we can. Because of how Necropolis works, it only affects the natural monsters spawn on your map. So any additional monsters you add, like let's say Rogue Exile, some Scarabs, Breach, whatever, none of them are affected by the Necropolis Lantern mods. So you only want more additional natural monsters. Ritual spawns more monsters. Shrine spawns more natural monsters, and so does Ambush as well. Ambush takes the natural monsters and puts them in the Shrine box, and then of course you have a chance to open them, so you're kind of like duping the natural monsters. So yeah, I think this Atlas tree is pretty min-max for essentially all Necropolis mod farming. There's some stuff you can change, of course, which I'll go over, but you also want max modifier effect. Reason is more pack size on your map, or more quant, depending on the modifiers, what means more loot from those natural monsters. If you have like 10 more tumbling wealths on your map, that means you get more chaos. Want to go blue altars here. The reason why is that if you do get, like, let's say Tumbling Wealth or Divine mod in tier 14 plus, you can get currency dupe, And obviously currency dupe would be very strong for that. So blue ultras are ideal, but do keep in mind that, you know, sometimes you don't always farm a tier 14 and tier 16 map, so you can take these ultra nodes out. The one time you should respec your atlas tree is when you're doing a conversion mod. The reason for that is that linear mirror gives increased quant. So yeah, do use the linear mirror when doing conversion mods, as in Scarab conversion or divine conversion. What I would do if you do want to take the linear mirror nodes is just spec out of maybe altars, or if it's tier 14 plus, you can spec out of ghosts, or you can spec out of map nodes, or you can spec out of virtual. It doesn't really matter all that much. I would say just make sure you keep shrines, make sure you keep ambushes, and make sure you keep your map nodes to self-sustain. It really helps. But yeah, do spec into these 4 points right here and these 3 points over here to get ritual when you are doing those conversion maps, as it does give your monsters increased quantity, which therefore means bigger conversions. Next is how to sustain your maps. So sustain your maps is actually quite easy. You just need essentially most of your favorite slots. You really want all your favorite slots, and whenever a new hour comes up, whenever you farm a new map, change all your favorites to that map. Make sure you take singular focus, of course. Even though this does hurt your other map sustain, you really need it when you're swapping to a new map. Like if I only have one map, let's say tier 16 underground sea, you know, if I had singular focus and 11 favorite slots and I put in some scarabs, I'm sustaining that even with only one map. So yeah, singular focus, 11 favorite slots, very important. Until you get to this point, it will be hard to sustain the random map, so it's very important to work on your watchstones. Besides that, we have Scarabs, of course. Besides Carto Scarab, which is great for sustain and multitude as well, you can also use Scarabs that give you more monsters in the map, therefore more chances at essentially dropping maps. Stuff like Monsters Lineage, Adversaries, Hunted Traitors, all these are really good to add extra monsters to your map and give you additional map sustain. So do use these if you are struggling on map sustain on new hours. And to quickly go over the Scarabs you want to use for essentially juicier maps on a good hour, like with Tumbling Wealth or Divine, it does depend. But yeah, here's all the Scarabs. I do have them listed. So generally, you want to use Domination Scarab and Amber Scarabs. These both add more natural monsters to your map. Domination Scarab is very nice because when you get like Escalation Shrine, you speed clear your maps and you go next map immediately. Really good, highly recommend. Amber Scarabs are also, of course, really strong. You know, you played Necropolis League, you know how good Ambush was with Necropolis mods. Adversaries can also be really strong. This can be strong when you're doing the conversion mod. If you dupe a conversion rare, then you know you're just gonna double the loot. So yeah, very strong as well. And then of course you can also use Nemesis Scarab. Once again with conversion mod, it's gonna be pretty good. Also do note that the Titanic Scarabs don't seem to work with the Lantern conversion mods. I tested this personally myself. Despite this giving the monsters increased quant, it does not seem to whatsoever increase the conversions you get, which is kind of weird. It's probably a bug, but I mean, hey. So yeah, in a normal map, I'm usually a mixture of Amber Scarabs, Domination Scarabs, and Adversaries or Monsters Lineage. And I will usually throw in one Carto Scarab if I need to self-sustain. That's pretty much the best Scarabs you can use. Containment Scarab you can also use at the end of the hour with your Snapshot, like I was going over at the start of this video. Very good because you spawn 30 plus strong boxes. The map takes like 15 minutes, but it doesn't matter because you already snapshot the map. Containment Scarab is very good for the really good hours where you want to snapshot your last map. Do recommend. One more thing I want to go over is the conversion with unique monsters. So Rogue Exiles, there's like Trio, there's Meat Sacks. Meat Sacks aren't unique monsters, but they have very high quant and rarity. If you get any conversion mod with this, it becomes extremely worth the farm. So in general, the base Scarab conversion mod on the Necropolis Lantern isn't like that good. But if you can combine it with, let's say, Meat Sacks or the Trio or Rogue Exiles or any other unique monster, so the mob type itself, so you combine the, you know, the modifier itself, what's the good monster type, you can easily increase your Scarab gains by like 10 to 20 times the amount. It becomes absolutely absurd when you get a good combination. So do make sure to look out for these. Scarab mods with any unique monster is extremely strong. And now the last thing I want to go over before the video is where to find Lantern mods, and it's mostly just community found, but I do want to advertise both my Discord and Twitch here, as I did make a Discord channel for both Divine notifications, so you can just click this button right here, and you'll only ever get ping when it's a confirmed Divine hour, so there'll be no trolls whatsoever. You don't need to have my like Discord open or whatever, you just get pinged unless you click this notification. I also do have a Lantern sharing channel if you want to share general good Lantern mods, such as the Tumbling Wealth, such as, you know, Chaos Orb or conversion mods, right? All the good stuff. A lot of people are joining this and a lot of people are using it because the issue is the websites just have way too many trolls. So I decided to make my own channel so it can be more properly moderated, and so you won't get trolled with divine hours every single hour. So yeah, I do highly recommend. I have my Discord link down below, but a lot of people are using this. Very, very good. And also my Twitch chat. People just post out good stuff in my Twitch chat all the time. So yeah, that's about it. If you have any questions or feel like I missed anything, feel free to leave down below. But this is how I completely min-maxed my lantern mods in the Acropolis League and how I made so much currency already. You know, I got Headhunter day 2 all on stream this time. Don't worry about that. So yeah, that's it.